This individual, it brings me tremendous pleasure to introduce Judge, or Bexar County Judge, Nelson W. Wolff. Nelson William Wolff has represented Bexar County in various political offices since 1971, when he was elected to the Texas House of Representatives. After that, he was elected to the Texas Senate in 1973, the San Antonio City Council in 1987, and he served as mayor of San Antonio from 1991 to 1995. He currently serves as Bexar County Judge, a position he was appointed to in 2001 and has since been elected to 5 times, most recently in November 2018. He is the only and the second person in more than a century to serve as both mayor of San Antonio and Bexar County Judge. I'd like to welcome everyone, Judge Nelson Wolff.
Well, thank you. Let me first express my appreciation to Renee Watson. I came into this job in 2001, and one of the first persons I talked to was Renee, and she told me about this vision she had of having a conference for people where they could come in small businesses and grow their firms and learn more about starting up and meeting many other firms here in town that they could do business with. And over the years, this has continued to grow. I had the opportunity a little earlier to walk through all of the exhibits and visit with some of the people that are within the private sector or the public sector, offering opportunities for small businesses to work with them. And as I walked through there, I thought about what a tremendous change has been made in the 40 or 50 years that I've been around politics and business. I can remember 1961, standing on the street corners of Southwest Military Drive, selling roofing. And eventually, my brothers and I, with my dad, opened a little store out of an abandoned filling station on Roosevelt, 919, covered up by a freeway today. And then moved over to a feed store across from then Lone Star Brewery, and continued to work and work and work and build a company that ended up being 8 building material stores and eventually selling it to a national corporation. But I remember in those years, in those early years, there was nothing to help a small business person. It was only into the 1970s when you could turn to the Small Business Administration, and I believe they're represented here today. And at first we couldn't get a loan, and then eventually they approved a loan and allowed us to grow. That was a Democratic-inspired organization that was created to provide help to young entrepreneurs and people that were trying to do private business. One of the first major steps to step up. And now we've seen over the last 20 years or so a tremendous step by Bexar County, City of San Antonio, CPS, SAWS, a number of other governmental agencies stepping up and wanting to do business with small businesses. We want to do that. We've come a long way from where we are, but we believe that every time we give a contract or we work to help someone get one in the private sector, that small business has an opportunity to grow and prosper and be very, very important part of San Antonio. We want you to succeed. We want you to be able to add employees. We want you to prosper in this community so you can pay your employees decent wages and good salaries. And I think if you'll work with everybody that's up here today and work with the companies that are represented out here today, you'll be able to grow your business and prosper your business. And I know what it takes. It takes 80-hour week, not a 40-hour week, an 80-hour week, of working very hard to be successful. I know you're up to it, and we want to do everything we can to make it happen. Commissioner Tommy Calvert took an extraordinary step this year, well, not this year, but when he first came onto the court, and said, yes, we want to grow the entrepreneurial spirit, but we also want to help people get jobs. And he stood up and started our first ever out here to help the formerly incarcerated. It's important we do everything we can to give them an opportunity to turn their lives around. We spent all of our time at Bexar County trying to rehabilitate people, trying to help people rather than trying to make them worse. Great success when he started that program. So work hard, do everything you can to keep your business growing, and I know you're going to prosper and be a big, big part of San Antonio. Thank you.